Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef.
Welcome to Pod Chef, the official Top Chef podcast. That music you're hearing right now is in celebration of our 1-year anniversary. It's such a grand time to be podcasting in these trying times, to actually have a podcast that you've done for a year with your friends. Not very many people can say that they've done that. So this podcast has done that, and we'll be celebrating it this entire episode. Now, that being said, before I introduce everyone else, if you don't want to hear an anniversary episode, what we need you to do is just keep listening.
Do it anyway.
Yeah, keep listening.
We're not playing clips, don't worry.
We will be playing clips from the show, but not clips of us, because that would be perverse.
And who has the time?
So let me introduce who else is here. It's me.
Great. if you shared yourselves, that'd be great.
Okay, well, we'll get to who that is in a second. Right now, let's intro ourselves. I'm your host, Jamal. With me is my second mic as always. Reeves, say hello to the people.
Hey everyone! Wow, 1 whole year.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows if we'll keep doing it?
No, we will. So third mic's also here. So we have a special guest here
I had a joke.
this week. We
I
have
had
a
joke
special.
I wanted to do.
Man.
Brian, go ahead. I
Oh.
thought you.
I was just going to say to all the other podcasts that got started at the beginning of this, whatever people want to call what happened last March.
Plandemic.
Yeah. And who stopped because for whatever reason you were bad at it, or no one listened to it, or your friends stopped liking you, so they stopped doing it. To you, I say,
You found out how unfunny you were.
suck it. Just suck it. You're being lapped. This is the part in Mario Kart where if you want to try to throw a blue shell at us, too bad, I'm going to dodge it. I'm
Yep.
in the air and going too fast, and I'm Donkey Kong, and you can suck it.
Mhm.
Yeah. This is the part in Mario Kart where you're taking that nice corner on Ghost Town, and you literally kind of go off the map, but then your momentum takes you back on the map.
It's a secret, actually. You think
it's
you're
a
going off.
secret,
You think
yeah.
you're going off the map.
think
No,
you're
it's a
going
secret.
off the map, but you're not. You're actually going off the map so that someone can't shoot you with a red a shell. So
And you go even further ahead of the map.
and go even further ahead of the map. And people who know how to cut the corners and do the stuff know how to do it on the time trials. So that's what this is.
And in
Yep.
this race, I'm in 6th place, and I just have 1 banana peel, and I've thrown it, and then I also hit it.
Yeah, he hit it on the way back around. He hit his own banana peel.
But I got so angry with myself, and I'm
That's
toad.
that's the podcast you're listening
You are
to.
toad.
We have a very special guest this week, a super fan of Pod Chef. She reached out to us and asked if she could be on the episode, and we said yes. Who are we to deny our fans? We have so many of them.
Yeah, so
on the
with that said, though, we have set a precedent now. Fans, if you want anything,
yes, if you want anything, just
reach
ask.
out.
Yeah.
Just ask. We'll give it to you. Shelley Granger, super fan of Pod Chef, is here. Hello, Shelley.
Hi. Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you so much for having me on, because I know I was like asking for a long time, and I kept reaching out and showing up at your houses and asking, again and again and again, please let me on. And you finally did. So thank you so much. And if you guys were playing Mario Kart and I was at the track, I would have signs for all of you. Different signs encouraging each one of you, like Reeves, keep going. Jamal, be nicer to people. And Brian, you have the spirit, right?
Wow,
That's
yes,
accurate.
That is accurate. Yeah.
That's nice. That feels good, and I feel like that applies to not just us in Mario Kart, but maybe our real lives
Yeah,
too.
I think so. I could take that advice and apply it to real life.
Yeah.
Well,
Not sure it'll get me anywhere, but yeah, I could do it.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
you've already gotten so far with how you are now, so.
He has.
I
You're
have,
something to
so-
see. Look at you go.
Thank you. I'm already liking that Shelley's here. Shelley, how long have you been listening to the podcast?
Well, I was a fan of you all previously, pre-podcast, pre-pandemic,
Oh, really?
all the way back at an arts venue called the Unified Scene Theater. Do you
Yes.
remember you used
Yep.
to perform at that theater,
Mhm.
and I would sit in the back near the bathroom, and I would sit there and wait for you guys to walk by, and no one
Mhm.
ever acknowledged me. I was there alone at every show,
Yep.
sitting in the back, shouting the same suggestion again and again,
Yeah.
and you never took it.
You kept
Yeah.
screaming. You kept screaming. You said, "Banana pie."
Mhm.
Banana pie. That's right.
Banana
And we-
pie.
And then
And
you
we
would say wink, wink.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Mhm.
I guess this is a testament to the Crowdster show. I mean, you were basically the only person there. So, I mean, we always had to take your suggestion. But I don't know. It felt like there was something behind it. Banana
Yes.
pie.
So
wink,
we'd always
wink.
would like think like, "Thank you. I heard brick house."
Mhm.
Mhm, mhm.
It's
Yeah.
weird though because we did ask a specific question. We were
Mhm.
asking for movie quotes, and you were still saying banana pie. I think that's what took me off a little bit.
Yeah.
Is I was
Yeah.
like, oh, she
Right.
came with that plan. She's not
Right.
reacting to our questions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I actually had just taken a course on subliminal messaging, and I was trying to subliminally influence you through the suggestion I was trying to give. If you're not familiar with what banana pie means, have you ever looked it up on like Urban Dictionary or
Oh, no,
anything
now I don't
like
want to.
that?
My
I
wife
don't
doesn't
think I
like
wa-
me going on Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, I don't think I want to. I mean, but maybe you should tell us for the podcast.
I went there once and I called the cops.
You called the
Hi.
cops on Urban Dictionary?
You called the cops to come save you or to arrest Urban Dictionary?
I don't remember why I did it, but I just it almost was like an impulse.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
kind of like was like I was one moment I was looking up, fart box on Urban Dictionary, and the next second my phone's to my ear and they're saying, "How can I help you, sir? This is 911. What's your emergency?" And I didn't know what to say.
Got it. One of the first things I looked up on Urban Dictionary was my name, and I realized what kind of a site it was because it said, like just the sentence was like, "Oh man, did you study for that test?" No, I really jamaled it.
Mm.
And that is a real definition I saw in college,
Can I-
and I was like, "This site gets it."
Can I tell you something sad?
Go
I was
ahead.
playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare the other day. It's a game that I play sometimes. And there was this like redneck little kid who kept saying things like, "This guy's being a Jamal."
What, good at the game?
I don't think that's what he meant. Or he would say like, "This Jamal is doing XYZ."
So what I'm finding on Urban Dictionary is saying the word Jamal now is kind of becoming the new hot word, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
The substitute.
Yeah,
if you will.
yeah. I'll say it. I'll be like, oh, I really wanted Jamal, that hot guy.
Okay. And okay. So in
Yeah,
your mind,
okay.
like, what are you substituting there?
It's like a verb, like fuck.
Okay. That's,
Yeah.
that is kind of what I thought you
Yeah.
were. I would have
Then,
Jamal.
yeah,
that
my
guy.
name apparently can replace a lot of things if you just want to like attach it to it and you don't want to say the actual word. Just be like, oh
Yeah.
man, I really jamaled that driving school test.
Yep.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Fuck that
I
driving school
really
test.
fucked that driving school test.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Stepped in someone's Jamal outside whose dog owner didn't pick up this Jamal. And this,
yeah.
You and your Jamal dog.
Anyway, getting back to what I was saying about banana
Banana
cream pie.
Oh, well, you added cream to it this time.
Well, I mean, the actual term is banana cream pie,
The pie is
but
implied.
I was trying to PG it up for the suggestion.
Mhm.
Banana Jamal pie.
So the idea is all three of you, I would take a tin and all three of you would come in it and then I would eat it.
Okay.
That's it.
Right.
Okay.
But it subliminally didn't work. It didn't get through to your prefrontal cortex where I was trying to send it. So
No, it did not.
but I did see some kick-ass comedy, so it worked out.
Well, I mean, it is nice to meet a fan, and you're right.
appreciate
for
the
yours.
compliment.
Yeah, we appreciate the compliment, but it's a little aggressive, maybe.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying. I'm sorry.
Well, we have to deal with it because you are our biggest fan.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Thank you for
this
being
is the-
persistent and sending
yeah.
us messages. I don't check the Instagram very often, and when I do,
It's always her.
yes.
Yeah.
So
And it
I
was-
started to ignore you a little.
Yeah.
And I do want to say thanks for sending the unsolicited banana cream pie photos.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
I'm so grateful to be here, to be able to review this episode. I enjoyed it a lot, and I can't wait to talk about it with you.
All right. Well, that comes later. That we'll talk about that later.
Shut
but
down.
Sorry.
Shut down immediately.
Shelley's.
Remember
Shelley-
earlier when I said you could be nice to people? I did mean that.
Okay.
She has the sign. She's holding it up now.
Yeah,
she
she is
did
holding
make the
the sign
sign.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
does say
Sorry,
Jamal,
Shelley.
you can
I
be
wasn't
nice
trying to shut it
people.
down. It's just saying we don't talk about that now. We'll talk about that later.
Mhm.
We have
but
40 minutes
Shelley's-
of stupid stuff first, and then we'll do
Yeah.
the episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shelley's here the entire episode, everyone. So,
Heyo, and happy birthday to us.
well, it's our 1 year anniversary. So Tom dropped off a report card.
Oh wow.
Are we allowed to talk about that?
We can. We do have a guest. I mean, do we want to ask her maybe some more questions? She seems very interesting.
Well, she's still a part of this, but we have a report card.
Okay.
I could guess what the report card says. I think you got
Oh.
all A's.
Yeah, and she's such a diehard fan. She probably knows about the report card history. So,
Oh, really? That's probably true.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
can we at least talk about the report card that we got for our 1 year anniversary? This is a 1 year cumulative report card.
Oh, wow.
Do it.
Let's do,
Do it.
Great. Thank you, Shelley. I'm starting to
it.
think that someone else should be second and third mic, and there should be one person. All right, let's go through the report card that Tom dropped off, and he definitely wasn't wearing Jordans when he dropped them off. Let's see here. First subject is called Celebrity Guests, and we got a B minus. This is for the entire year of podcasting. We got
Okay.
a B minus for Celebrity Guests. And he had a note on there that says, "Where are they this season?"
Not done any guests this season.
Well, we have a guest right now.
Well, yeah, we have
Yes.
maybe the best.
Shelley's
celebrity
hardly a
guest.
guest. Shelley's family.
I feel like family.
That's
Yes.
Olive Garden, right? That's Olive Garden, right?
It's everywhere you want to be. Unlimited breadsticks.
Okay.
You get the
It's
ask.
just
Do you guys ever ask for the Alfredo sauce separate? You dip the breadsticks in it.
I've never been to Olive Garden.
Dude, go to
It's
Olive
good.
Garden.
whoa,
It's good.
really?
No, I've never been.
You gotta give it a shot.
Okay, I've never.
Do you
been.
like pasta?
I do. I like pasta that's been in salted water, not non-salted water. I heard about that from Olive Garden.
What?
They
You
don't
didn't
salt
hear?
their water.
Yeah, they don't salt their pasta water. I heard.
Oh, well, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
You
Right?
gotta-
I'm sure that their sauces are full of salt. If you're worried about you're not getting a iodine, you're good. Don't worry, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why people who have iodine shortage, they say, "Hey, have you been to Olive Garden? Go there. You'll be fine."
Exclusively, I exclusively go to Olive Garden. Yeah, they don't salt their water.
Let's see here. The next category is on-time uploads, and it says B. So we got a B. And then the comment says B for Brian's in charge of that.
hmm
So I don't
Mhm.
know if that's B the grade or just
That
B
checks
for
out.
Brian.
Brian does do
Um,
that.
This next category is feet mentions.
Oh,
And we got an F. And he
okay.
said- and he said
Well,
with
yeah.
this was his comment with like 10 exclamation points. For the freaks.
Yeah, that's where, and I mean, it's Shelley. I don't know. You probably know about the whole Foot Clan, but I don't know if you're involved in that whole subculture that we seem to be
Mhm.
cultivating on this show of foot
Yeah.
freaks.
Do you like it?
I love it.
Yeah,
Then I like it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm here for feet. Do you want to
Yeah.
see mine? Do you want
No.
some photos? Or
I mean, I
can-
can't
It's
speak
okay.
for Brian
Take
and
some
Reeves,
I'm
but
sauce.
it's a no for me.
I'll go
Put
to
it in some
Olive
sauces.
Garden. I'll go to Olive Garden and
as long as you
get
salt
some
those
sauce.
toes.
Yeah, I'll salt it and dip it in Alfredo and send some pics.
All right. I'm ready for that.
That's also a no from me.
All right, next category is audio quality. And we got an A minus. And the comment is Jamal is too loud and 2 beers in Brian is way too loud.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll take that note.
All right.
I'll pitch it to Shelley again. How do you like the levels on the show? You know, since you've listened to all the episodes and everything.
I think that you could turn the guests way down and turn you guys way up. And then that would be a better
Mhm.
mix for me. Like more of you all and less of whoever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
You want to take all my audio out of this episode?
Oh no, that seems a little harsh on yourself. I mean, we wouldn't.
And maybe you should
do
take
that.
your own advice that you gave me for yourself.
Oh no.
No.
Hey, Shelley. Hey, Shelley.
Yeah.
Would you be nice to my friend, please?
Which one?
My friend Shelley. Would you be nice to my friend Shelley, please?
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
I don't like when people are mean to my friends.
Well, in real life, in my day-to-day job, I'm a security officer at a rainbow clothing store.
Okay.
I stand in the front and make sure people don't steal.
Mm.
So I have to be a hard ass there.
That's cool. So you security guard out front of those. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
do you have to like, grab anyone or?
I just let people go.
Okay.
Good. Don't put yourself in harm's way.
I'm not confrontational.
Well, that's good for that job.
Yes. I just sort of let it, ebb and flow, or, I'll maybe be like, should you maybe not do that?
Okay.
But they do it anyway.
So do you live by yourself, or do you live with any roommates or a boyfriend, girlfriend, anything?
I live alone.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Where again?
I have a rotating residence where sometimes I'm outside of Reeves's house, and sometimes I'm outside of Jamal's, and then sometimes I go further north to Brian.
Should we be concerned about this? Because it seemed like you were
I'm
just
not concerned. I've taken walks with Shelley. I've gone outside and I've screamed because I wasn't expecting her to be right there.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Okay.
And then I was like, "Well, I'm going for a walk now. You can join me." And then we take a walk, and she talks, and I listen.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
It was great.
Jeez. I guess now I'm kind of recognizing you do tend to be outside, on the corner. I'll be walking my dog, and you say do you need any help? I'm picking up his poop. You do you need any help with that?
And that one time when I pushed you out of the way and I said, I don't want you to get your hands dirty. Let me. And you were like, no, leave me alone.
Please don't touch me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you?
And your wife got really upset, and she was screaming and and you
were.
That was a great time.
That's not how I remember it.
I remember I was washing my car once, and you came out of nowhere.
Just the once.
Oh, damn.
Okay, now I'm caught. Only washed it once.
Man, I can't wait to walk by, put my little finger on that back window and put wash me on it.
Wash me. The kids are brutal in this neighborhood. But the one time I decided to actually wash it, Shelley comes out of nowhere and does a belly flop and slides off my car. And she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm washing my car." She's like, "You can't do that. I got to do that for you. You shouldn't be messing up your hands and getting all sudsy." And so then she decided to start washing my car. And she was she was covered in suds.
I got a little bit in my mouth, and then I had some issues, and I didn't want to go in your bathroom because I didn't want to foul it up with my insides being gross.
Yeah.
So your neighbor had me arrested for going to the bathroom in their yard.
Yeah, I told you that probably wasn't a good choice. I said, just come inside and use this restroom here like everyone else would.
I could never.
Yeah.
I could never.
You were very specific, I don't want you to know that it stinks. And I was like, what are you talking about?
I just thought if I did it in the yard, the airflow would be better to disperse the scent.
It wasn't. From what I remember, it wasn't. It was everyone could catch it immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never seen Shelley before. So let's continue with the
That's a me joke.
with the report card.
All right, so chefs, I prepared for you.
Oh, the report card's over?
Yeah, report card's over because I can tell that the report card's over because I can tell my co-hosts are over it. So we're gonna go on to chefs I prepared for you. This is a bit that we always do, and Shelley, you know about this bit.
Of course.
This is where we talk about what we had last night and only last night, and we present it as if we're presenting it to the judges on Top Chef. I'll go first. Chefs I prepared for you: rotisserie and lemon chicken breast,
Ooh.
roasted broccoli crowns, and sautéed sweet potatoes.
Roasted broccoli. What was the word after that?
Broccoli crowns, florets, if you'd
Yeah.
like, if you will.
I prefer florets.
Okay, well, roasted broccoli florets. Okay.
A florette.
How'd you cook that chicken?
Roasted in the oven.
Okay.
I have a question, Jamal. Is it considered rotisserie if it doesn't make a full turn in the oven? You
Well,
said
it's just-
rotisserie first.
Well,
so
it's
I just-
rotisserie spiced. It wasn't
Ah.
true rotisserie the way I'm cooking it.
Oh.
So I don't think you're supposed to ask something if it's rotisserie or not. If it says it's rotisserie, it's rotisserie.
Okay, well, I'll remember that next time. This is you guys have come alive when it comes to shitting on me. That's good. This is a good bit.
The tables have turned.
I can go.
Oh shucks.
Please.
Chefs, I prepared for you a sheet pan sausage with caramelized shallots and apples. Oh no, the French chef is so pissed off.
French chef.
What was the
He's
first
mad you're
thing?
giving away
With the
secrets.
shallots and apples? What was the first thing? Sheep pan what?
Sausages.
Did you cut the bad boys open and slice them down the middle, put them down there flat?
So let's get into it. Do you guys, with your sausages, and I feel like I'm opening something up here, and I don't really, Shelley, I don't want you to just
I'm comfortable talking about my sausage.
Okay, then let's just get into it, and I'll.
And Shelley
deal
put a
with
tape recorder up to her headphones.
Yeah.
I don't think this is being recorded.
It's
Shelley.
already going to be recorded.
It's already
Well, I just want it for my own personal files.
Okay, well, all right. So when you guys are cooking sausage, do you do the whole thing, or do you chop it up, or do you chop it in half? How do you guys do it?
Well, I can't speak for Brian, but I know my wife likes the whole sausage.
Okay.
So I try and prepare the whole sausage. I don't try and alter it.
Yeah.
I don't try and shortchange her. I
Yeah,
try and say
yeah.
if sausage is on the menu, she's getting a full Jimmy Dean experience.
That's good.
Breakfast
I'm
sausage.
with your wife, Jamal. It's as phallic as possible. I want that sausage.
I'll actually sometimes mold it. I'll take 2 other meatballs and squish them together to the sausage.
Yum.
Brian?
I don't really do sausage. I don't eat pork, so it's not really on the menu usually. But if I do have a chicken sausage, I'll usually do it on the grill. That's
Okay.
when I'll buy sausage.
So it's whole. You don't cut it in half or anything like that.
No, but I do like when it pops. I like when it kind of opens up and splits. I love that. That's a lot of fun. I like when food tells you when it's done.
You should help it out, and I will give a sausage a nice little cut in the middle, so it just helps it along, so it'll ease that cut, that tear.
Nope. Bootstraps
legs.
yourself, sausage. You get no handouts from me. No help. I did it. I had to pop myself open. That sausage can do it too. No handouts.
So I have a question. Are you cooking the sausage casing on or casing off?
Who?
You.
People take the casing off?
Yeah, you can take
Oh,
the
boy.
casing off if you want
So
to.
Brian doesn't know that you can cook the sausage raw.
Okay.
You don't have to use the cover.
Oh, he's being gross.
Yeah, he is. And to our fans at home, and I guess fans on the podcast, if you can hear a little chef barking in the background, it's not the French chef. There is an little Italian chef across the street who is not friends with the French chef, and they constantly are yelling at each other.
They've never been friends.
They're never going to be friends.
Yeah.
But every night or every once in a while, the Italian chef will open its window and yell out things like, creme brulee sucks and things about French cooking, and then the French chef.
Your cigarettes are too thin.
Yeah, too thin.
You don't know how to make a red sauce.
Yeah, it's not real. And then my French chef is yelling back like, noodles suck. Your noodles are bad. Stuff like that. I don't like tomatoes. Anyway.
Do you need that little Italian taken out?
Please don't.
I'm just saying I can be there
It's no.
quickly.
I really, and you know, you don't really need to be around my house at all. I think other people
I
are
don't
starting to
mind.
call
I don't
things.
mind.
Will
It's
you wear your
fine.
security outfit so people think that you're like patrolling the neighborhood
Yeah.
or something?
It's a great cover.
Okay. All right.
We did dog harming stuff last week, so
I
Reeves,
know.
that's why I
Reeves,
suggested
I
it.
know your house has a French versus Italian thing going on here, but what
Mhm.
kind of a sausage was it? Was it an Italian sausage?
Yeah, it was. So you know, it's funny that Brian brought it up. It was chicken Italian sausage. I usually go with the chicken ones because they're cheaper, and I do like them better.
Mm,
And I don't cut them. Gross.
okay.
Never gonna cut
Let
them.
them pop
Let them
themselves.
pop, baby.
So you put them on the pan whole.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You gotta poke them a little bit,
Yeah.
just a
Right.
little
They
bit.
need the
You
air,
gotta
else
get
they're
it
going to
started.
explode. They will
You got to
explode.
get it started before it explodes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay. Well,
Being gross again.
I wasn't
Mhm.
trying, but it's just impossible.
Don't cook it. Don't cook it too fast. You blow
Okay.
your load.
I guess I will go, and then we'll let our guest go, if that's okay. Last night, chefs, I prepared for you
What did he?
a little tiny pizza that I got from the Italian place
I
inside
knew
of
it.
Arthur Ashe
I
Stadium
knew it.
Okay.
while I was watching wrestling.
Okay, so you are talking about the thing that's on the list. Then.
I told you that I would bring it up
Mm-hmm.
organically during this section. I literally said that.
So Brian bought a pizza at Arthur Ashe Arena,
Yes.
Yes,
and
and,
now
it was
he's in quarantine.
It was good. Yeah, me and 20,000 other people are in quarantine now after being at Arthur Ashe Stadium last night. Again,
Mhm.
I love when we joke about me getting COVID because I'm convinced that I will get it and die. So it's very funny. There's an audio recording of this. That's when I die. They go, this idiot even talked about it. So, yeah, I was at wrestling last night. It was a good time. We
Yeah.
all have to show our vaccination
Yeah,
cards.
everyone was vaccinated there.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
And
supposed
masked.
to have been. No.
Everyone's wearing a mask.
Oh.
No.
Everyone's vaccinated. Everyone's masked. It's a good time.
Well,
There
the
were no
mask
masks.
part, yeah, no, that didn't happen.
I mean, Penta El Cerro Miedo and Ray Phoenix both had masks on.
That's true. There were Lucha Libre masks, so
Mhm.
that must
Mhm.
count. It's for
I
something.
guess you could have worn a mask to, like a Lucha Libre mask, to actually wear a mask but not look like you're wearing a mask. Did you wear a mask?
I started wearing one, and then
The pizza
someone
came.
once told me that when the mask gets wet, it's actually worse, and that it like can hold the virus in more. So I just took it off because it was at that point when it's a 5 hour long event.
Why is
It's
the mask
not going to
getting
do
wet?
anything because I'm sweaty and spitty and talking and drinking, and you just naturally, you spit when you talk, and then your mask gets all wet.
Well, and this is another thing that we've been talking to Brian about.
we've
Like,
been
Brian,
talking
when
about this.
you have to pull down your mask when you drink, you can't just pour it
you can't just
into
pour
it and
through
try it. Like,
it's-
that's
No,
why
I
it's getting.
filter it.
Yep, but it's
It's like cheesecloth.
It's ruining the mask, though, Brian.
yeah, it's ruining. And then you're like, I can't wear this anymore. You take it off, and it's like
Yeah.
you could just pull it down and it stays dry.
You take it off and you just sit it on the side of your face because it's wet, so it just sticks. And it's like, well, Brian, now you look ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not a perfect system. I'm not claiming that it is good.
We need to get this guy a heavy duty mask that can take all
Yeah,
of his.
I had a good time. Took a long time. Was in Queens. All my New York friends screaming very loud, booing Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. Yeah, and a little pizza, and it was little. And line was very long, but it tasted pretty good actually.
Cheese pizza, I assume.
Oh yeah, I will do chicken on a pizza. I love a chicken jalapeno pizza from Domino's. Solid pie. But I don't do pepperoni, so I don't do pork or beef.
Was
usually.
anyone else dining with you?
Carrie had a pizza also.
All right. 2 cheese pizzas, please.
Let's throw this out there. Pineapple on pizza.
Okay, now you're gonna
No.
start some controversy.
Pro.
We're gonna lose
or
some fans or
against.
gain some fans here.
I am
folks.
pro. Oh no, Shelley is saying against.
And me and
Hey,
Shelley,
too
I think
sweet.
me and
Too
Shelley
sweet.
talked about this on a walk.
Mhm.
We're both anti
Wrestling, too sweet.
pineapple on a pizza. And don't give me that. Oh, it pairs well with ham. No, it doesn't.
Oh, wow.
The only thing that pairs well with ham is rum.
Always Sunny reference.
Uh, So yeah,
I think
don't
it's
put-
good. I'll do a jalapeno and pineapple pizza, and it's good. I like things that are sweet. Can we talk about salty and sweet? I
Oh
love it.
yes,
There we
It's
go.
so good.
There we
they
go.
can
So
be a
good.
wonderful pair. Mhm.
There we
So
go.
pineapple on
Banana
pizza
pizza.
with
No,
the salty
Not-
cheese.
Not on a pizza.
tastes wrong.
Tastes wrong.
I do it unashamedly.
Yeah, but
Shelley,
you
do you want to tell
also
us what you had to do
park
last night?
crooked.
Oh
Last night I
yeah.
was park crooked.
Oh my God, it's my big moment. I've been preparing for this for a long time. Okay. Chefs, last night I prepared for you a super salad with cast iron seared tempeh, rice, bell peppers, broccoli, carrots, spinach, and romaine with a spicy cashew dressing.
Super
Wow.
salad.
Super salad. So I don't like small salads because they don't feel filling.
No,
So I
who's
like
eating a
to
small salad?
Who wants
pack
a small salad?
a lot in there. So I like to put like either quinoa or rice to
Mhm.
make it more filling and
Yeah.
tasty. And tempeh is really good.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I've heard good things. I've never been there. I don't. People of Arizona often
I
like,
hear
give me
it's hot.
vibes. I get strong like Republican vibes
I hear it's hot.
from Tempe, so I don't really want
Yeah.
to go there.
I feel like it's super hot.
It's a
there.
dry heat though.
It's the dry.
It's
yeah,
a
it's a dry heat.
one. Yeah.
This is the kind of comedy that Nixon used to bring the house down with. And this is why I keep showing up and I keep trying to give you money, but you won't let me because you said it's weird.
Yeah, we
well,
did
the
tell you
money
that-
that you were giving us, it wasn't just the fact that you were giving us money; it was the type of money you were giving us.
Doubloons.
Yeah, it
Golden
wasn't even.
doubloons.
Each one you bit in front of us, you're like, no, it's real.
Yeah, and then
then
you
you
broke
bit
a
it.
tooth.
It's like-
yeah.
It was a fake tooth already. I broke my fake tooth again. And it's because my great-great-grandfather was a pirate. And I've been saving this money, trying to figure out where to give it, where to spend it. And you all are what I wanted to invest in.
That's so kind and generous, but we can't take that money from you and your family.
And this is Jamal's job, and I feel really bad doing this, but I feel like I have to do it. I can't not do
You're
this.
gonna do my job.
I can't not do this, and I'm sorry, everyone. Speaking of pirates, this episode's called Chefs Overboard. We'll be right back.
You know why that actually does bother me? Because every single week I try and do a clean transition, and this guy hijacks it.
And it was fucking clean, like them Jordans Tom was wearing. That he definitely wasn't wearing.
Oh no!
Ridiculous.
And a denial.
This is ridiculous.
This is a tough episode for Jamal.
Yeah, I can't do any of my bits, but we'll do all your bits, huh?
Pod Chef.
All right, you know what? Welcome back to Pod Chef, Season 4, Episode 12 of the podcast, Season 3, Episode 12 of the show. This is where you press play to watch Chefs Overboard, all right? You hear us talk about the actual episode and follow along. And now
Shelley,
that-
you watched it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she watches every week. We
I
actually
watch
do
every
it.
week?
We do a watch party.
What is? I have never.
Well,
met
I just
Shelley
sit
before in my
outside your
life.
window. I just
Yeah.
peep
Oh, okay.
through
And my
Jamal's
TV,
window.
you can see my TV from the window, so she
Mhm.
watches.
Is it so
from
big?
outside. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's 4K. And so
50
she's.
inches.
What?
50 inches.
Are we talking about the sausages again or what?
God, I hope not.
So Trey went home last
Is there a bird in
episode.
your apartment, Shelley?
Hmm?
You just looked around your apartment like there's a bird in there.
Oh, yes.
She sees spots. Sometimes.
There's just a bird. Like, is it a wild
Yes.
bird?
I have 3 birds that I named Nixon, Richard, and Millhouse.
Nice.
I named them after your improv team, Nixon.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to tell you how to name your pets, but there are,
He's going to
And-
tell you.
whoever might be listening to this, please don't take no offense to this when I say this. There are 3 members of Nixon that you could have named your 3 birds after. And there's only 3 members of Nixon, so it's been very easy for you to do.
I feel like in
Well-
a way she did name them.
I'm actually saving your names for my children.
Oh God.
Fuck yes.
You don't need to do that.
Fuck
That's,
I am.
you really
Fuck
shouldn't.
yes.
It's-
I'm going to.
okay.
Finally, that's when you've arrived when people start naming their kids after you.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know. It makes me feel a little uncomfortable.
You probably won't meet the kid. That's okay.
Who will? Jamal, are you gonna step up?
I mean,
You gonna step up and meet those kids?
I'm gonna step up and meet the kids. We'll probably talk about them during a walk. So yeah, I'm gonna step up and really take on that role as a
Good.
friend
I
of the family.
can't wait. Can't wait.
Great. All right, let's talk about this episode. Trey's gone, and everyone's feeling bad, especially Hung, because he's was one of the best ones here. I thought it was gonna be me and him in the finals,
Yeah.
which tells you even more that Trey shouldn't have gone home.
Yeah, and that Hung has no connection to anyone else in the house.
Yeah,
He
except for
basically said he's the
yeah.
only person that he felt bad about. And
Yeah.
they asked him to name any other contestant. And he said, I don't know the name of any of these people.
Yeah.
He said there's like the fat one.
Yeah.
He
There's
said
a
the
fat
one,
right?
he was like, and then he was like the one who cried when he left, and they were like, "Well, that's the same person, I think." And he was like, "Oh,
He
I
said,
thought there was two different people."
just shook his head like, I don't know.
Yeah,
He seemed high.
Yeah.
Now, why do you think he seemed high? Walk us
I
through
don't-
that.
I just got a vibe
Okay.
from some of the stuff he made and general
Oh,
his glazing over of the face.
Okay.
And,
I mean, he's seen some shit, as you know.
mhm,
I'm not gonna do monkeys too much. He does live with a very mean monkey, and he's seen some stuff.
mhm.
So he has that 1,000-yard stare because
Yeah.
it's always back of his head, he's just thinking about that monkey, what it's gonna do to him.
Yeah.
And I got a restraining order, I think, on Hung's stare, so I can get it down to 100 yards. Because I feel like 1,000 is way too long to be
You
shooting.
want it to be closer.
Yeah, I'm like, that stare is not hitting from 1,000 yards away.
What did
You
the
need
cops
to be
say
closer.
when you asked for a reverse restraining order? You wanted someone to actually be closer
Well,
to you.
all they do is they say, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
They make sure that this is what you want, and they're like, "Yeah, okay, we'll reduce the restraining order." I'm like, "Thank you." And then I see him, and I'm like, "That stare is hitting now.
Mhm.
It is truly knocking me on my butt."
Mhm. Put your dick in the dirt.
Puts my dick in the dirt. Let's take a second.
If you're
and
going to
listen.
be putting your dick in the dirt, if you ever want to catch any of that seed for me,
Okay. That's,
Do it in a tin. Maybe if you have like an old tuna fish tin.
I'll catch it for you.
okay.
And then I'll do a handoff. Something else that's a little more worth mentioning is this episode is a spam episode. Spam has made its glorious return to Pod Chef.
it has. Oh,
Okay, that sounds like a Russian chef.
yeah. Kelly, do you have a
That sounded-
Russian chef?
Yeah, do you have a Russian chef? That sounded like
Yes.
someone said now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's happening again.
I'm sorry. I'm so embarrassed. 1 second.
No, it's okay.
No,
this
it's
is a
fine.
This is
I
a
mean-
cooking show apparently, and so we
Yeah.
have a lot of chefs talking in the background all the time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It adds to a more realistic experience of
Mhm.
what it would be like in a kitchen, which is having executive chefs yell at you just all the
Mhm.
time.
Yeah.
You just live in fear they're going to yell at you.
It's crazy that chef just came in and said now twice to you.
Yeah. Now.
No.
Yeah, he's very demanding.
Yeah, chefs.
We've heard about this. We've heard these stories.
Mhm.
Yeah, they can do what they want.
Yeah.
Free pass.
All right, let's listen to Spam's glorious return to Top Chef.
Canned seafood. And then in the back of my mind, I'm going, Colicchio doesn't think you can cook anything but seafood. And then it was like the skies parted and the holy lights hit me. Spam.
Spam.
Man.
Spam, baby. Spam's back.
What?
This is the Spam Man. I'm here to promote Spam.
Okay, well, then where did Jamal go?
Spice Tam.
Where did Jamal go? Because there's someone named the Spam Man sitting
Oh,
in Jamal's
no.
video.
Brian, I'm right here. He's sitting next to me. That's right. I'm right here next to him, baby.
It's the spam man.
Spam man.
Yeah.
Does the spam man come when you're sleeping and leave spam?
Yeah, the spam man cometh when I sleep. And then in the morning, I wake up and there's just a loose brick of spam out of the tin in my bed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
and
how
I'm
I
sorry.
like it. Yeah.
I should know this, and I apologize for asking so many questions versus adding this myself. What do you leave underneath your pillow that the spam man takes in trade for the spam?
I leave an empty spam can.
And then he fills it.
And then he
Okay.
it's like a self-sustaining cycle. So I've used the spam up. I leave a can there, and he comes in and he replaces it with a new can of spam. But he
So he
opens
takes
it.
nothing. He asks for
Zero
nothing.
He
waste.
asks for nothing. But he takes the can back, and I think he's got a recycling program where he gets
He gets the 5 cents.
he gets
Oh,
it's 15 in
wow.
Michigan. So
That's very
makes the drive
responsible,
up.
spam
Yeah.
man.
yeah. It's worth every penny.
Wow. You have a very raspy voice. Like you've smoked
That's
too
the
much.
spam
Oh,
that's
the
stuck
spam.
in my throat, boy.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Are you related to Jack Nicholson?
That's funny you should ask.
It does feel a little like Jack Nicholson in Batman playing the Joker.
My last name is Nicholson, Spam Man Nicholson.
Okay. Well,
Wow.
Here's Spammy.
So that makes sense why you're wearing a Lakers jersey. I was wondering why you were wearing a
I'm
Lakers jersey.
courtside. No matter where I'm sitting, I'm courtside, baby.
Wow.
That's the power of spam. It makes you feel
What?
like you're courtside.
That sounds like a mantra that we should all take into our lives. No matter where I am, I'm courtside.
You wouldn't need a mantra if you ate spam every day, baby.
No, I would need a bypass. I'm already heavy.
Hey, guess what, brother? If you've been to Hawaii, you know that spam stays with you. Reeves knows he had
Yep.
spam. We watched him while he was in Hawaii.
I had some spam. It was great. They do spam pretty well. And
Dude,
Brian,
can you get away from the mic? You're so close to the mic in my ear. You're kind of spitting on me. It's kind of like I need one of Brian's masks.
yeah, and you're gonna allow him to smoke in your apartment too?
I
or-
smoke wherever I want, baby. Smoke spam, baby. You can't cook me too long on one side. I'll burn, baby. I'll get crispy.
The cigarette he's smoking. It's so close. It's just like the filter at this point. It needs to change it. Get a new one. Oh, just
Like, I'm not even
Jamal,
there,
do
but
you
I
need
feel-
help?
I don't think you guys can help me with this. He's a apparition of sorts, so you can't like do anything physical to him.
Oh,
Once I finish the spam, I'll put the can up and then he'll go away. So
okay.
Is he a genie that goes back into the spam?
yeah, once you
can?
pop the top of the can
Wow.
spam, he'll come out.
Dun,
or
dun,
he'll
dun,
come, yeah.
Dun,
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 dun, dun. And
Alright.
maybe we need to write a
That's
musical,
copyright.
and we
That's
call it
copyright.
Spam a lot.
Hold on now, you can't. You just used one of my jokes.
Oh no!
You just ruined one of my
Sorry,
jokes.
sorry, cut it.
Oh God.
Um,
Well, so yeah, spam's made its return. Everyone seems to be struggling with the things that they had to buy at the supermarket, except for the spam boy. CJ does a classic cooking 101 mistake and confuses salt and sugar at one point.
yeah, what a moron.
What an idiot.
Real quick, is this challenge hard?
Yes.
Is it though?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
You don't think so?
You can use other stuff when you got back, right?
Yeah.
So
But
you
it was
just
a
what,
limited.
though?
It was a
They
limited
didn't tell
kitchen.
us.
what
Yeah.
was that?
What was available to them back in the Top Chef kitchen?
I think
It wasn't a lot of stuff.
Wasn't a lot of stuff, but it was like enough that you could
Yeah.
like cook a dish. So it was like
Was it proteins?
No, but not every dish needs proteins, right, Shelley?
It seemed like it did in this situation.
Not always.
Yeah, Shelley knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Spam's the only protein I need, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
God, I thought he left.
No, he's still here.
He came back so quickly. It's almost
Yeah.
like I didn't have a chance to forget that he was here.
He's not gonna leave.
And I don't want to dig too much into this, but it feels kind of like a genie situation where maybe he wants to be set free. You know, he's
Oh, yeah.
yeah, maybe. Spam Man, do you want to be set free? No, baby, Spam set me free.
okay. All right. Well, then
I've been in this hotel making spam for so long.
Whoa.
God, his arms are full of track marks.
Are you okay, Spam Man?
Here's Spammy.
Okay.
You already said that.
Do you know any other Jack Nicholson movie quotes, Spam Man?
I don't
Do
think
one
he's
from Witches of Eastwick.
Yeah.
He just whispered in my ear. Said he's never seen that movie.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
what about Terms of Endearment? He's in that.
Did you see Terms of Endearment? Or can you tell him I haven't seen that one?
What about As Good as It Gets?
That's another good one.
They keep saying.
What about it?
Okay,
About
okay.
Schmidt?
Softball. Softballs.
Oh,
A Few Good Men.
A Few Good
Few
Men.
Good Men.
You can handle the spam.
There we go. Beautiful.
He
I
has
think
seen
that
that
was Tom Cruise's line, wasn't it?
Mm-mm.
You want the spam? You can't handle the
Can't
spam.
handle. And I was on a tour in Hawaii where the tour guide asked everyone what their favorite movie was, and one person said A Few Good Men, and it was very funny.
And then how many people said Dark Knight Returns?
A lot of people said Dark Knight. I mean, I kind of give people a pass. I said Jaws. I do like Jaws. I can watch it over and over again. People say like Jurassic Park and stuff like that, but A Few Good Men is a very funny movie.
Yeah, it
Just
really
say you
is.
want to watch it multiple times.
My favorite movie is Con Air.
Con Air's fun.
Have you ever seen that?
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've not. I've never seen that.
I think Nicolas Cage's accent in that movie is the greatest acting I've ever seen in my life, except
Can you
for
do it for us?
Nixon.
You do it for us.
Well, we did do a lot of character study with Nicolas Cage before we started doing improv together.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. Spam and eggs. Brian in the show makes spam and eggs, and he wins.
More.
And that's important to me because that's what I used to eat before football games when I was younger. So it's bringing me back. It's a great pregame dish. It's not heavy, but it gives you nice energy. Dale makes something insanely hot for the judges as they're going and tasting.
Even Padma remarks
yeah.
that it's a little spicy, and she always acts like she's
Spice
got
Queen.
the Spice Queen. Yeah.
Yeah, Spice Girl.
Mhm.
What about Howie? What did Howie do again?
Oh, Howie did.
What did he do?
Howie do again?
He didn't finish, did he?
He didn't.
That's right.
He didn't.
He didn't have anything to show.
That's right, Shelley. That's right. He went to the grocery store.
Shelley. My name is Shelley, not Shally.
Did I say Shelley?
You also said Kelly earlier, but we ignored it.
Did I really say Kelly?
Yeah, you did.
It's okay. I forgive you.
Okay.
Here's Spammy. All right, let's play this Howie quitting on the quickfire.
Hi. Unfortunately, I have no dish to present. I tried to make a banana mousse, some canned mandarin oranges that I tried to make a sauce with on the stove, and it was just a mess. And I'd rather not push myself to put out something that I'm not proud of.
And I'm sorry that Michael didn't have a chance to taste some of your food. Hopefully he will in the elimination challenge. Thank you.
This challenge is extremely difficult, but to not even put anything out at all, I think that's kind of a cop-out. Make something, you're a chef. You can't give up. You don't ever give up.
You don't ever give up, no matter how hard it gets. And you guys can take that kind of as life advice, for anything.
It felt like there needed to be a third apology. Howie apologizes. Padma apologizes. Felt like Michael should have apologized too for some reason.
Yeah.
Just to round everything out.
This is Top Chef doing when it loves to like contradict itself, because like Tom will tell you day in and day out, like if you won't serve, if it doesn't, like if it's not up to your standards, don't serve it. I'd rather you give us nothing than serve us something that's gross. And then when they do it, they're always like, nothing, huh? Well, what the fuck do you want me to do?
What do you want? Hung made kindergarten art for breakfast.
This is my favorite fuck you to Top Chef of all time. He literally was like, fuck this quickfire.
Yeah.
This is stupid.
This means nothing to me.
This is why I thought he was high.
Yep.
His project seemed like he was not sober.
It was pretty wild. It looked like some kind of like child's creation of like a one of those like not Venn diagrams, but like the shoebox thing. Where dioramas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Book report.
It looked like a book report. He also told us that he grew up eating food. And that's why.
Same.
Yeah.
Also, same.
Now.
Yeah.
Shelley, do you need to feed your cat?
Because it keeps saying now. Almost like it knows what time it is. It's food time now. It's like looking around. It's doing that thing where it's not looking at you, but is looking at you with the eyes on the back of its
It's
head.
also like really hitting its wrist very prominently,
Yeah.
just like.
Yes. It wants to eat my birds, Nixon, Richard, and Millhouse, but I won't let you. They're not for you to eat.
Okay.
Mm.
So Brian wins and turns the guest judge into a spam believer, or as it's known, a knight of Spamalot, and that was my joke.
Sorry.
Reeves totally ate your lunch on that one.
So they gotta transition to the elimination challenge, and this is where they have to work as a team. And the chefs had to cater a party for fashion designer Esteban Cortazar and 60 guests aboard the yacht Venetian Lady, chartered by the Pure Nightclub. And the entire team had a total of $350 to spend on supplies and had 2 hours of preparation time on board the yacht prior to service. And the winner got themselves a probably refurbished 17-inch Apple MacBook Pro
Frickin'
laptop computer.
MacBook Pro!
Yeah,
Pretty
Out
probably
of
refurbished.
nowhere.
Though, let's be honest. Probably refurbished. Probably wasn't brand new.
Those things are good though. Refurbished. The Genius Bar is legit. They know what they're
You
doing.
have to tell me that. You have to tell me that. Even though I did try and buy a refurbished TV once, right after college, and my mom screamed at me. She said, "Why are you buying a refurbished TV?" I was like, "What's the difference? It's like, isn't it like new now?"
We all make mistakes right out of college.
Yeah.
Was it
You
a
have to own into
mistake?
No, the TV was great. Lasted for years.
Mm.
So the discussion of who's making what, it's hectic, it's chaos. Everyone's talking about, I'll make 2 dishes, I'll make 1 dish. Why don't we all just make 1 dish? Why don't we do something that's complicated? Why don't we do something that's simple? And then everyone's got opinions, and Howie is stressed out, man.
Mm-hmm.
This episode is so Howie focused early on that I'm like, this is not good.
Yeah.
Whenever they start singling out someone, it's not good.
Not good for him. He says that he really wants to show to the judges that he can work as a team with the other contestants, but that would be a lie because he can't actually do that.
Can't do that. And this is like week 12 to be realizing that he could work as a team, and it could have been beneficial to him in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of too late to figure that out now, Howie.
I feel like he also said that he didn't want America to think that he wasn't good on a team. And I thought that was like interesting because it wasn't about what you actually are. It's what you look like to other people.
He just wanted America to be like, my big takeaway is that he works well on a team.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I mean, I'm proud to be an American. I want America to be proud of me.
You want that back, right? You want to receive that love. When you give that love out to your country, you want
if it's not reciprocated,
then it's like, oh, come on.
Yeah. I want America to fly me on a flag. Big picture of me on a flag. It could be a little flag. Waving it.
I can make that happen for you, Brian.
Okay.
I'm on it right now. I'm going to start working on it, okay?
Where'd you get that picture of me? That picture...
I have a whole board back here of all of you. Look, right here.
Some of them look like drawings.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Some are clay. Some are drawings.
Mine looks like the drawing from the Titanic in that one scene.
Mm-hmm.
The Billy
Where
Zane.
I drew you like a French girl.
Yeah, I've got big heaving breasts.
It also looks like you have a list with just our 3 names on it. I can't quite make out does it say who to eat first?
I think it does.
Eat with. I'm going to eat
with.
Eat with.
you.
I always eat with spam. Okay, he's still here.
Makes sense.
I've never had spam man.
If you've never had spam, you're not really alive.
You look like you have gout.
So they overshopped. They went shopping for the food, and Howie overshopped, and Brian made him put stuff back. And Howie sarcastically says that he respects Brian's lack of catering experience, and Brian thinks that he's really being respected by Howie. They have to
I respect your lack of catering experience. Star Wars.
Yep, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Tom comes down while they're prepping and thinks the stuff.
Shelley, how do you like the impressions on this show? We do a lot.
I think that they're all spot on, and I could use more. Honestly.
Okay. Let me get. There's one that I didn't do early on, and I'll do it right now. It's not really an impression, but it is a reference that I wanted to do. And let me tell me how you feel about this, Shelley. You said ebb and flow, and I wanted to so badly go ebb and flow, but I didn't do it.
I would have gone ebb and flow. Yeah.
That's good too.
Yeah.
Good. Both great.
Thank you.
So, Howie's dish looks terrible when he puts it together. Let's take a listen.
Like a moose than a duxelle. Didn't look pretty at all. Beige and gray. Yeah.
Howie's mushroom duxelle looks like dog diarrhea.
Such a specific brand of diarrhea.
Yeah. Thank God he said dog, right?
Yeah.
Right, Brian?
Yeah, right, Brian?
We would have had a lot to talk about if he had said something other than dog diarrhea.
Yeah. But it was dog, so
thank goodness.
So we got nothing.
We can be done there.
We can just move on.
If we had gone through all my stuff I wanted to do on the report card, you probably would have talked about that. But no, we didn't.
I asked if we were done, and you said yes.
We're done because you had given up.
There are 60 of the hottest people in Miami are there with this designer. We didn't do any of the fashion stuff. There's a designer there.
Can I just say, I didn't think those people on that boat were that attractive. They really set this expectation that these people were going to be so like drop dead gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're all much better looking than all of the people
That's
on that.
That's very nice of you to say.
And it's not even being kind; it's just being honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you say it's going to be 60 of the hottest people in Miami, you're expecting 9s and 10s, and they show up.
Yeah, there's 6.5s there. That ship is full of 6.5s.
Do you think something happened to the hottest people? And they were just like, okay, we got to go down the list and find some average looking people and put them on this boat. And then the contestants were so disappointed and probably confused. They were like,
that'll throw anybody off.
Yeah.
They had the 500 hottest people in Miami, but the first 440 said no.
Yeah.
They just got this last 60.
They were on a different boat somewhere.
Yeah. A bigger boat, too.
The 60 hottest people were probably on a boat that let their chefs have an adequate budget to cook food and time to make it with.
Yeah.
Versus like agreeing to this party where the food is rushed and bad and cheap.
Yeah. And everyone was very hungry too. They ate all the food.
Yes.
Which made the chefs so angry when they were eating all the food that they were cooking.
Too bad. Look, okay, let's do you guys rush the hors d'oeuvre servers when they come out?
No.
Yes.
Or do you
I
wait
clap
and hope
behind
they
them.
come to you?
I go, quick.
The first time hors d'oeuvres come by, I say no thank you so that other people can eat. And then on the second pass, I'm like, okay, I'll stuff my face.
Wow, what a Mother Teresa.
Hey, but it all depends. Because if you come out and you've got sugary desserts for a wedding, well, it's all hands on deck.
One last hors d'oeuvre question, and then I'll stop because I know that we have to get to Jamal's thing about me talking about home improvements.
No, we don't.
What are you?
We're way too deep.
We're so past
We
that.
gotta get
What are you
out
looking
now.
for?
No one
What's
even
your
cares
ideal hors d'oeuvre being brought on a plate? Like, what do you want to see? Like, what are you stoked about when you see someone walking by with a tray of hors d'oeuvres? What are you hoping that it is?
Okay, this is gonna sound very stupid, but like high-end pigs in a blanket.
I get that.
Okay.
I get it.
Yeah.
I always want a tray to come by, and it's like just how I would make pigs in a blanket, high end, and it's like finally I've seen it because I've never
Like
seen
a phyllo dough around it, like a lighter puff pastry.
Yeah, something fancy, and not those Vienna sausages. I mean, like an actual hot dog that's been cut up.
Yeah.
And like it's like this high end pigs in a blanket, and maybe it's got like perfect like proper mild or sharp cheddar cheese in there. And it's just like, oh, these pigs are really wrapped in this blanket. That's what I'd love to see. Because I'd take like 10
very
of them.
cozy in that blanket.
I'd take the tray and say, you're fucked.
Uh-oh, for you.
Uh-oh. Shouldn't have offered.
I'll go next. I really like that thing that she made with the tomato and the tart. That looked really good to me. Vegetarian.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody was saying it was really good. But what I would want to see, I wouldn't have thought that up, but what I would want to see is maybe like a shrimp toast. I like when there's like shrimp on like a crostini. That's always good. They complained about so much bread, but all that bread looked good to me.
It'll fill
It's
you
easy to
up.
hold. If you didn't have the bread, they'd be like, oh, they're going to hold it.
Yeah, I like anything that comes on like a kebab or like a skewer or something like that, because then it's an excuse for me to get out of a conversation when I gotta go throw this thing away. What am I gonna do with this? Then I get out of the conversation.
Yeah.
Then I go to my car.
And mine is just shrimp.
Brian just wants shrimp coming out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shrimp cocktail.
Give me some shrimp cocktail.
I gotta say the 9s and 10s maybe didn't show up because they showed up, got out of their car, looked at the size of the yacht, and they said, I thought we were going on a yacht. Yeah. And they're like, well, this is the yacht. It was like, not the yachts I've been on.
Yeah, you haven't seen yachts.
I'm
They
a
have
nine-
yachts that you
I'm a
haven't
9
seen
and a
yet.
10. You can fit a football stadium in the yachts I've been on.
Yeah. It's like a crab boat.
Yeah. Look at this tiny little.
I've been on the Jericho cruise, okay? This is not a yacht.
Yeah.
All right?
Wrestling.
Well, there were 2 9s and 10s. These 2 were maybe the coolest looking people there on the boat, and they were ready for dessert.
I'm still looking for the dessert. I heard about the chocolate, some mousse. Chocolate mousse? Any combination of the two, but either way. Needs to be here.
These 2 were the coolest dressed guys on the yacht. They had black shirts on. They had sunshades. Their hair had product in it. It was blown in the wind. I remember they did this cutaway. I was like, holy shit. They found some celebrities in Miami.
I think that they just were skewed more attractive because everybody else on that boat was not attractive. So they're...
Well, it worked.
Yeah.
That's why all my friends are hot.
Mm-hmm.
So people go, that guy's hot too. Joke's on you, I'm not.
You take me out of this picture, I'm not on anymore. You put me in with
Remember
all these
that
people,
song?
I just blend right in.
Remember that song, This Is Why I'm Hot?
And it's because all my friends are hot.
So let's fast forward.
1 year. Hey guys, happy anniversary, right?
Yeah, happy
and Shelley, thank you for coming on. We're still going to go. I just want to take a moment to make sure that we're all given our flowers. They're all thanked appropriately.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on, Shelley.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for my 2 co-hosts for letting me do all my bits that I spend time writing and come up with.
Did you write them down?
So CJ made a dish with jicama, and that was very slickama.
Hell yeah.
So I switched that joke up, didn't I? I didn't say sickama this time. I said slickama.
I liked it.
That's a callback, but it's also kind of different.
I like that you're explaining the joke, all the process and everything.
Thank
Very
you,
good.
Shelley Belly.
Yeah.
So,
Belly.
yeah, I call it that sometimes. Let's fast forward to judges.
Okay. And to the listeners, she started pointing at her belly.
With my tongue out.
Okay. So let's
Very
fast
silly,
forward.
listeners.
Let's fast forward to judges' table. Howie sets the tone before the judges bring them in because he's in the back and he's like, I don't care what those judges say. We all did amazing food. It tasted fucking great and amazing. And that's not at all what the judges are discussing before they come in. I love that Tom finally checks Hung's attitude like the boss that he is, and let's listen to him.
Hung, when did you start cooking?
89, I don't remember.
Your hors d'oeuvre, the salmon, was right out of that era.
Yeah, was very classic. That's something you would find at a lot of parties. It's been done for the last 300 years.
Did you have it in mind at all to update it the slightest bit?
Well, people are still eating that. We are still serving asparagus and parmesan. That's been done for the last 300 years. Gougères has been done for the last 300 years. Bread pudding's been done for the last 800 years. Am I right or am I wrong, chefs and judges? So everything we do today has been done. Every flavor's been done.
Do you have another canapé in your repertoire that would be better than that?
Of course I do, chef.
Thank you. I heard what I wanted to hear. I mean,
Fucking shut down. He said, "Thank you. That's what I wanted to hear."
Watching
Tom-
a man just spin out of control.
Literally.
He started throwing out dates of
Yeah.
times that people have been eating types of food, which in no way are accurate or any way for him to know.
I thought bread pudding was 600 years old.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's not a fact I know, but Hung was very
Well,
confident.
he also
about it.
he asked a question and then immediately kept talking before anyone could answer.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's classic Hung, and he got and Tom was like, he doesn't even know, but I'm letting him hang himself right now.
Yeah. It felt like he was one step away from being like, what are we even doing here? There's no point. There's no point in cooking anything ever. It's all been done. There's no point in doing anything.
He's like,
and then he just like disappears.
And it's like, I've wasted my entire life.
Yeah. Tom gets so mad at Dale when he finds out he gave up goat cheese for chicken of all things, peasant food.
Gross.
Tom like rolled his eyes when he said, "You gave up goat cheese for chicken? Leave the chicken.
Fucking
Save
kidding
the goat."
me? It's disgusting.
I don't really eat a lot of dairy, but I do know that yogurt and cheese are very different.
That is right.
That's correct. That's very correct.
But like, do you fucking maybe it's probably like Greek yogurt? He's like, this is tangy enough. Man, goat cheese is so good, and then to not get goat cheese is such a bummer.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh yeah, goat cheese, and it's like, no, here's yogurt, and you're like, sorry, what?
Yeah.
Gross.
What did you do?
Might as well call it Gogurt
Yeah, please call it Gogurt.
because I want it to go away.
I'm gonna leave.
Oh, is that what that advertising campaign was about?
Yeah, it's for Gogurt for people who want yogurt on the go, or for yogurt to go away from their home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you ever do a one night stand and you wake up and the person who's hosting you is like, "Do you want a Gogurt?" They're telling you get the fuck out.
Yeah, they're politely saying, "Leave now, please."
That's what they mean when they say that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and you might still get a Gogurt, but you should leave.
You do have to leave at that point. Yeah, and if you don't, the Gogurt's going to make you. Yeah.
The only time you know if someone wants you to stay is if they offer you coffee first.
Yeah, or a Steigert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's up a keeper if they're offering you a Steigert.
Would you like a Steigert?
I thought this was just like a thing. I didn't think we were making this official. A
Turning
Steigert.
it into breakfast too, baby. So Howie tries to quit. Let's listen.
Panel, please.
Go ahead.
This is not a team competition. There's only going to be one winner. And in order to win, you got to send everybody else home. And I think I've really had a grasp on that from the beginning. And, I'm trying to see past that right now for the first time in the past few weeks. I'd rather send myself home than see this guy who showed a hell of a lot of leadership go home. So I'm going to withdraw myself from this competition.
It's a judge's decision, Howie, not yours.
Then make your decision.
Oh, shut down, Howie. You got shut down, but really, they were going to send him home anyways, and they do send him home.
Mm-hmm.
Padma sounds like a mean mommy.
I think she was a bit disappointed in Howie at that point.
Yeah.
Because he quit this episode.
You can't
he
just quit.
all around.
Mhm.
Yeah. And this is before she even had little hands.
Yeah.
Which we all know, of course, is what she calls her daughter on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's.
That's what I want to call little Brian or Jamal or Reeves. Little hands.
I don't know. I thought it was going to be our names. Oh, that was
Each one of them will be your name, but then I'll have a nickname also.
And it's always
so
Little
little
Hands.
Brian will be Sweet Tooth. And,
Little Brian's my cousin. I have a cousin who's Little Brian already.
well, we'll get rid of
Sweet
him.
Tooth, that's nice. Oh, okay. You don't have to.
All right. Well, how
And then we've got Jamal. Little Jamal's be spicy meatball, and little Reeves will be confused baby.
Feels about right.
I like these names.
I love anything that's longer than the actual name.
Yeah. Howie's
By a lot.
eliminated. Let's listen to Howie go bye-bye.
Howie, please pack your knives and go.
Thank you.
I haven't necessarily been too proud of the way that I've been with some of the people in here. I think I let this competition put me in a mindset of making everybody my enemy. But the reality of being a chef is that cooking is a team sport. Today, for the first time, I felt like we really were a team. And you want to know what? I don't have any regrets. I stand by my decision. No matter what happens, I am a good chef. And all anybody has to do to know that is come and taste my food.
Okay, so Howie's gone. And that kind of clears the way for anyone who wanted to be a guest judge, who wanted to return to the show, to kind of come back to the show if they were kind of scared of Howie. I'm not saying that anyone is scared of Howie, but it is interesting that we haven't kind of... Well, just listen if you recognize this voice in the preview for the next episode.
And Tokyo, like...
We've never seen this kitchen before. We don't know where anything is.
We don't even know what ingredients are there, what equipment. Has anyone found a can opener yet? Everybody's dish definitely has flaws.
It's Top Chef, not Top Cook. I think it showed us things you look for in a chef. Creativity and daring.
Wait a minute, whose voice is that?
Well.
Whose voice is that who shows up to the show as soon as Howie goes home?
Yep.
Is that Anthony Bourdain?
It's Mr. Bourdain, and that first clip there is him. He's kind of like slowly, timidly peeking his head from behind a curtain.
Yeah.
He just kind of whispers, "Is it safe now?" And then everyone goes,
"Safe to return.
It's okay." And then he just slowly kind of gets out, and everyone cheers. Then he feels more confident.
The first thing he asks is, "Has anyone else here read my book?" Everyone says nope. And he goes, perfect.
Yeah, I don't want my book being thrown back in my face again.
Yeah.
That hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
So Howie's gone home, and we're down to kind of the nitty gritty. I think there's 6 people left. Let's do our closing segment called Brian Jackson in Action. This is where Brian's going to share a story of a time of him taking action. Go ahead, Brian.
And here it says with the listeners.
Yeah, we're all
I'm a listener.
I'm sharing the story with the listeners,
Yeah.
not that I took action with a listener.
No.
Oh, because we could do something.
No.
Oh no.
I tend not to. I'm like Shelley. I'm pretty conflict averse, so I don't take action a lot.
Will you take action on this episode when you have to shave off about 20 minutes? Because it's probably about 20 minutes too long.
I'll do my best.
All right, and that was Brian Jackson in Action. Shelley, can you please share with us for our anniversary episode your favorite episode of Pod Chef?
It's really hard for me to choose because I think that they're all hilarious and amazing. But if I had to choose based on your guests, because I can't pick an episode where I'm saying you're my favorite. Like this one was better than this one, because I feel like I love you guys evenly throughout every episode. But the guest that I hated the least, that took time away from you all, would have to be probably Eva Lewis.
Yeah, she was great.
I like Eva, not for her comedic anything, but she once... I don't think she's funny. I don't think she's talented. But I do think that she does a lot of good work in the political arena. So I don't mind her for that reason. Everybody else I hated, especially Annie Berry. Hated her.
I get that.
And I know for a brief time she was on Nixon with Eva. I like Eva fine. Not comedically, but I really hate Annie Berry. I don't think she's funny. I don't think she's talented.
What do you think about her theater?
Bandit Theater's trash. Don't go see any shows if you're in Seattle, because honestly, I hate her. And if I could have pushed her in front of a metro train when she was still living in Washington, D.C., I should have. But we all have our missed opportunities, sliding doors moments.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow.
All right. So aren't we happy we asked that question to end the podcast? And this was our anniversary episode. Thank you for joining us with us. And thank you, Shelley Granger, for our biggest fan, for joining us. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'll see you outside your windows.
All right. Until next time, we will pack our knives and go.
The jicama made us sickama. Remember that one? An octopus is almost the entire baseball team minus one player. Remember that one?
Classic.
The ghost of Julia Child. Remember that?
That destroyed me.
Always ask someone before showing them your knife set. Remember that?
Yeah, that was so sexy.
See me after cooking.
Yeah, that was the first report that I remember.
The Church of Food and Wine magazine with Reverend Han Gary.
Yeah, that was when you did a black pastor.
That ruled.
He was white.
That was
He
good.
was white.
I
He was
remember
white.
that.
He was black.
You did a black
Yeah.
pastor. Yep, I remember that.
He was white. It's easy. A drive-in movie theater, idiot.
Yeah, I remember that. The movie